ready? It's the Roundtable with me, Robert Bannon.
Well, welcome to the Roundtable, everybody. My name is Robert Bannon. You're listening to some Broadway World over here on the Broadway Podcast Network. Look, I feel very lounging here if you're watching us, because I'm not in the little studio here today because it's being renovated. So Jack, our guest today, is the first person to welcome to my living room. Jack, you made it to the living room here. And Jack is, y'all, Apple TV is where it's at. I have my subscription, and you need your subscription because the last role of Charles LeBlanc is coming. It's here, and you need to see it starting on May 20th right here on Apple TV. What is it? What's it all about? Jack is going to be here. I asked him if he was a good Italian because he's got an Italian last name. And I said, where in the world? Because I'm an Italian. My mom's Rose DiMeglio from New Jersey. Now, see, I know a New Jersey Italian or a New York Italian. He said he's in Los Angeles, which doesn't feel very Italian to me, but maybe Jack will fight us about it. Jack, I'm going to say it wrong. Just tell me how to say it again, Jack.
It's DeCerchio.
DeCerchio. Look at Jack DeCerchio is here.
Good Italians are all around the world, Robert.
You're
not
right.
Just on the East Coast.
See, I learned to not start an interview with an argument, and I'm already on the wrong foot, Jack.
No. It's all good.
Well, congratulations.
I'm originally from Michigan, actually, so it's more Midwest Italian. But I moved
You're
out
originally from Michigan?
Yes.
I'm in Michigan right now.
No way, really?
I swear to God. Where in Michigan are you from, Jack?
So I'm from the suburbs of Detroit. It's a neighborhood called Bloomfield Hills.
It's fancy. They have a fancy Target out there with an escalator that your cart can go on.
It's the one that only the cart can go up, and you're not supposed to walk down. No.
See, that was my receipts, Jack. Well, I'm sitting with you. I moved to Detroit 7 months ago to get married to my husband, and I moved from New York. Thank you. We are on Livernois and 7 Mile right now in the heart of the city. Cool. And so I know, what is it about people from Michigan who become artists and becomes like Broadway, film? There's so many famous people and people working in art from Michigan.
I don't know. I think it's something about the cold that keeps us all inside and in our heads, and it makes us like just contemplate stories that need to be told and, burst out in a song and dance. It's repressed artistry, and it brings it out. It's a what do they call it? Like a petri dish for acting and arts.
It truly is. I mean, so many people surprise me because they say that, and I dragged my partner about moving to Michigan, but that's kind of cute here. I like it. So I'm very happy to have you here, Jack. When you come back home, I'll meet you at the Target over in Bloomfield Hills.
Let's do it.
So tell us a little bit. How long have you been? Your role in this series and this whole thing is what? You can tell the people.
Yeah, so I produced and wrote this film, and I also act in it as the role of Luke Harkins. This is a film that I started writing about I want to say almost a bit over 3-ish years ago. And thank you for pulling the poster up there. It's been a long time in the making, but now it's finally here.
So are you related to the person who's directing this?
Yeah, he's my uncle, actually. So yeah.
It's cool.
It is, it's funny. I wrote this piece, and then I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do with it, and I shared it with him. He's a commercial director. He also did a feature a number of years ago called Celtic Pride with Dan Aykroyd and Daniel Stern.
Got it.
Yeah, and I shared it with him, and we started bouncing ideas around about it. And look, honestly, I did this thing. I think it has great production value, but I did this really on a shoestring budget. And hiring a director to do prep days and to even bounce ideas around gets expensive. And having a uncle who's in the industry and just really wanted to help me out and was just as passionate about this thing as I was, it was the right route to go. So it was awesome to have him direct.
So you have your uncle directing it. You wrote it.
Yes.
You star in it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any jobs for anyone else, Jack? You all just took them all. No. So what is it like to write something and then give it off to your uncle who's a director, and then you have to be on set because this is your baby. You've been working on this for years. Now it's collaborative. You have an entire team of people that are there together. What was the process like for you to give it up and let it be out here?
And he had so much input and had so many great ideas. And I feel like it's almost like the old like improv, like yes anding. And so it was like, I feel like this was such a collaboration. And there wasn't like anything where we were like where we butted heads really. It was just really smooth sailing. And I feel like we just were on such a great wavelength with each other of like, he understood the story I wanted to tell, and I understood how he wanted to tell it. And it was just this beautiful back and forth.
It sounds like a lot of fun. And we're talking to everybody about the last role of Charles LeBlanc. It's coming to Apple TV on May 20th. Make sure you are ready for this to be out and about, and you can watch it on the weekend, have a date night, curl up on the couch. The perfect movie for you when you had a long week at work to check out. What is this movie about?
So it's about a young drifter, Luke Harkins, which I play, and he goes to work at the estate of this aged movie star named Charles LeBlanc. And Charles LeBlanc is in his twilight years, and he's a bit elderly, infirmed, and a little confused. But he, while still having all those infirmities, he's still very present, and he remembers every single role of every film he's ever done. And my character, Luke Harkins, happens to resemble an actor that he worked with on a long ago rap set called it was a long ago rap movie. And and so my character's resemblance basically brings something out in him, and it makes him excited and want to act with me again.
Wait, so you wrote this, so are you inspired? Was there something that you thought of when you came up with this idea? Did you run into an aging Hollywood star at a Starbucks in Santa Monica? Like, what made you think of this as a premise of a movie?
It's funny. I read an article a few years ago about Jack Nicholson, and nobody's seen him in years. And there's theories that, he's sort of, very unfortunately declining his health. And I had this idea that there would be this movie star that he lives up in the Hollywood Hills, and all he wants to do is act again. And this was sort of the way to tell it. And it was sort of loosely influenced off of that. And, there's other film influences in there. Sunset Boulevard is definitely one of them. There's an old Twilight Zone episode called the 16 millimeter Shrine, which I definitely pay a bit of homage to. So, yeah.
So what is your writing style? Like, did you been writing this? You keep hours and you're like, every Thursday from 2 to 4, I'm going to write. Do you write when inspiration hits you? Like,
I'm so lazy, man. I am such a lazy writer. I know people that have like very like stringent writing schedules are like, oh, this day, from like 9 a.m. to noon, like that is my writing time. And I just kind of start writing whenever something comes to me. And it took me a long time. This is a short, and, I think to really craft and perfect it, it was, basically going back and forth almost, and, doing other things as well, but, almost a year, to really get this thing,
So then it's one thing to write it, and then it's another thing to get it out and about and get a cast and then get a crew together and then shoot it. So what can you tell us about who's in this film with you, and what was it like to actually put, the cameras on and the lights on and do a movie?
Yeah. So the people that act with me, so the guy who plays Charles LeBlanc, his name's Arthur Roberts, and he was a long time. Yeah, he's in the poster right there. He's a longtime character actor. He's been, you can see him in old episodes of Starsky and Hutch, and he did a karate action feature film called the Revenge of the Ninja. He's been in a lot of great stuff. And, but I auditioned a lot of older guys to play that role, but I needed someone who I thought was believable to be a movie star. And the way he looks, the way he carries himself, the way he talks, I just felt he embodied that. And so that was how I got him. And he was so enthusiastic about doing it. It was a real pleasure to work with him. The other cast members, Rebecca Stoughton, she's stellar actress, man. Really, really awesome. And I was actually just in an improv class with her, and she just makes everyone laugh. And Shamaya Jamaica, who plays Loretta, she's hilarious. Her and I have some great scenes together. Brian Middlestott, he plays Wes. His audition tape was just so awesome when it sent in. It was like, this is the guy. He knows how to play that Hollywood douchebag director that doesn't really care about the art, but just is like, wants to further himself. And then Dale Dobson, who plays the host of the TV show that helps narrate the film. He was awesome. Finding him was a real treat, and he just knew that kind of guy so well. So yeah, working with all these people is great.
I'm excited. You sold me. I'm excited. It sounds like super fun. There, if you're watching us and you want to follow the Instagram page of it, is exactly the title, and you can follow it on Instagram and all of that. All the information will be below. So then what happens when you make a movie? You edit the movie, you have a movie, and then how do you get it in this day and age to the world? Like, how does it end up on Apple TV on the 20th? What can we do to support it?
Yeah. I got connected with a sales agent, and he shopped it around, and he got connected with these people, and they liked it, and they were able to get it up on Apple and a few other streaming platforms. And we're hopefully going to have more soon. We're still exploring some festival routes potentially with it. Some of them have like first premiere rules, so might be ineligible, but I thought this was a great opportunity to get it out into the world. And the film is going to be available on Apple TV May 20th. So please go ahead and pre-order and watch it when it's available.
And I heard that pre-ordering is, we have a lot of people on who have their movies out, and it's a different world where we don't go to the movies. And I go to the movies in Royal Oak out here in Michigan now. And when I'm out there in Royal Oak and then you go to the movies, there's 10 movies you can see. Nowadays with streaming, it's important to pre-order. It's important to watch it when it first comes out, get the algorithm going, and let people know that this movie exists. How's it been for you, the business model of making a movie? I mean, you made this babe. This is your baby. So what's it like? It's a brave adventure that you're on. Your own. Yes, you're making your own content and film.
Yeah, it's crazy. And, I'm very proud of this thing. I think it was very well crafted. I think especially for a 20-minute film, I'm a little surprised with where it's been. Last weekend, it was at the number 4 spot on the pre-orders with Behind Sinners, Minecraft movie, and Warfare. So that was like just insane to see. And, I was just blown away. The guy, Paul Davidson, the sales agent, he called me. He's like, "Oh my God, dude, this is crazy. I can't believe this." And I was like, I don't know. This is nuts. And it stayed up in the top 20 for almost past couple weeks now. And but yes, it's really important to pre-order to get it going in the algorithm. But it's been doing really well. So I'm very proud and very excited.
Kudos to you. That is amazing. That's a really exciting and an amazing thing. It feels like it's an homage to Hollywood and the movie industry and actors. What do you want us to get out of when you watch this 20 minutes? What should we feel like when it's over? Who's it for?
I think it's for people that love classic film, that love Hollywood, that love the industry. I guess I just I don't know. I think that even when I watch new movies now, I always try and relate them to movies of past generations. And I think that it's really important to know where these tropes come from from noir, horror, comedy, and whatever genre. And I think if I could get people to, I guess this is more of an entertainment aspect to it. This is, but it's like, this film does, but I guess if I want people to get something out of it, is that to respect the generations that came before in this industry, especially in this field. So I guess that would be the message.
And we could just be entertained. I think being entertained is a pretty darn good reason to watch a movie.
Absolutely.
And laugh. I'm sure it's going to be a trip, and I want people to make sure they check it out. So, are you working? Are you still writing? Do you have other ideas? Are we going to have more Jack films and shorts and things down the pike?
Yeah, I'm I constantly audition for stuff, and so I'm doing that, and then I'm working on another short film right now. I actually am doing some location scouting for it this week. It's about these very mischievous cats that harass a piano tuner, and so hopefully that's all I'll leave it at, but hopefully it'll be made within this year. And but yeah, I'm really excited about it. So yeah.
Where do you come up with these ideas? What?
Being in Michigan.
The winters, I heard the
Winters.
winters of Michigan make you want to write a movie about cats that harass a piano. I'm sold.
Yeah.
So we're gonna follow you, and we're gonna stay up to date on all the things that you're doing. This is super exciting. I want people to go to Apple TV. I want people to pre-order this short. The last role. I have ADD, so 20 minutes is perfect for me. It makes me so happy. The last role of Charles LeBlanc is going to be out on May 20th on Apple TV, and we're going to make sure that we follow. You could follow it. It's the name of the movie below. And then we'll look out for all of Jack's next work when he's, oh man, I only can imagine what's going on in that brain now that I've only known you for 16 minutes and 11 seconds. But
it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Jack, thank you so much. Congratulations. We look forward. Come on the next time and tell us all about it.
I will. When I have that cat story ready, I'll send it your way.
I'm sold. I'm ready. All right. Thanks, Jack.